morning, dear teachers and students. My name is Lyudmila Alibekova. I am an English teacher in Nazarbayev Intellectual School of Physics and Math Direction. Today we are going to continue our online lessons on IELTS preparation. Dear students, you have learned a lot of things about writing task 1. You know how to describe different graphs, line graphs, bar charts. Now we are going to revise. Look at the sentences and together with your partners decide whether they are true or false. The writing section contains 2 sections. Writing task 1 usually contains diagrams and essays. You have to write at least 150 words in writing task 1. You are advised to spend more than 30 minutes. You need to avoid using informal language. You will be given the time to rewrite. Work together with your partners and decide whether these sentences are true or false. I give you some time. Okay, I think you have found the right answers. And now, dear students, read these sentences. They describe different diagrams. Can you guess the names of the diagrams? Work individually first. Okay. Data displayed either horizontally or vertically, a circular chart divided into sectors, a graph that uses points to show how something changes in value, where you list all elements, range, connect them with the arrows based on the function. Now let us see what you have written down. So the first sentence, the answer is bar chart. The second sentence, it's a pie chart. Sentence number 3, and the picture is in the left corner of the slide, at the bottom is a map. And the last one, it's a line graph. Again, together with your partners, write down their names under the pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have some time. So let's remember. Number 1, you should have written a bar chart. Number 2, a pie chart. Number 4, a map diagram. Number 4, a line graph. Dear students, now you will watch a video to revise the material. Further, you will be given some sentences to check your knowledge, whether they are true or false. If you write down some things that you don't know, it's good. So let's watch the video.
Okay, so let's talk about IELTS writing task 1 for the academic test. Writing task 1. First, let's talk about the instructions. this task comes directly after the reading section. And for this task you have 20 minutes. And in the 20 minutes you have to write 150 words, which is approximately anywhere from 10 to 15 sentences. And in this task, you will have to look at a chart, a diagram, table, flow chart. You have to analyze the information and then write a coherent and clear paper within the time allowed. Generally, the 150 words will be one long paragraph. And this paragraph will have 3 parts. And we'll talk about this, this later. The writing task 1 is worth 1/3 of the writing mark. The other 2/3, or 66% of the mark, is from writing task 2.
So, you have just seen a very interesting film. Now let us see whether these sentences that were said by the announcer in the film are true or false. The writing section contains 3 sections. It is true. We have 2 writing tasks. Writing task 1 usually contains diagrams. It's true. You have to write at least 10-20 sentences words. It is true. You are advised to spend only 20 minutes while writing task 1. It's true. You need to avoid using informal language. True. You will be given the time to rewrite. It's false. Dear students, you will not be given any time to rewrite any part of your writing task. Remember it. So, we have revised the material and now we come to the main part of our lesson. Today we are going to speak about some common language mistakes that are used by people while writing task 1 and task 2. So, you will be able to recognize the most typical mistakes and you will be able to correct them. If you have a look at these sentences, you will find out some common mistakes that are made while describing graphs. The birth rate raised quite slowly over the period. At 1919, all prices doubled. This line graph tells us change in the amount of beef and lamb consumed. Overall, the pie bar shows the difference between countries. As far as I can see, the income was stable at that time. The bar chart gives the proportions of the workforce. The water falls to the ground and is sent via drains to the river. Do you see the mistakes? The most noticeable are, look at the sentence 2, for example. At, we never use preposition at with the date. Or, as far as I can see, you shouldn't start a sentence like that while describing graphs. Or, this line graph tells us, be attentive while writing. And now, my dear students, look at this text. It has many different mistakes. At first, you should work on it individually. Find the mistakes, underline them, and then think of the way you correct them. You have some time to work individually. Okay, now let us have a look at the right version. The bar chart illustrates the expenditure on three different types is correct, of fast food such as hamburgers, fish, chips and pizza in people in different level of income. From the chart, it is clear that in a high-income group, 40 pence is spent on hamburgers a week, which is the largest among the expenditure on all the three types of fast food. This expenditure is also the greatest one on the average income group, but the amount of money spent is only about 33 pence a week, much less than that in the high income group. As for the low income group, the largest expenditure is on fish and chips, about 18 pence a week. The most typical mistakes here, as you see, is the absence of articles the or a, and the students has made some mistakes on the use of the superlative degree, the greatest, the largest. So you need to revise the use of articles and the degrees of comparison of adjectives. Very often we make such mistakes. When a word has a double consonant, we miss one. For example, tomorrow. The second letter R may not be written by us, or the word apparent. Double P should be written, we write only one. You know that many English words have a lot of silent letters. For example, environment, discipline, and we don't write those silent letters. For example, discipline, we don't write either E, C or S. Changes of spelling when words change their form. For example, the verb pronouns and the word noun pronunciation. Argue is a verb, argument is a noun. Pairs of frequently confused spellings. The words sound the same, but the meaning is different. For example, sight, S-I-G-H-T, and sight, S-I-T-E. High, H-I-G-H, H-I-G-H-T. We confuse these words. So you need to learn them carefully and you need to practice the use of these words. Look at these and check yourself. Please work individually, then compare your work with your partners. You have some time, dear students. It's time to check. Single and double consonants. Professor, double S but one F. Necessary, double S and only one C. Disappoint, double P and one S. Recommend, double M, one C. Silent letters are in the words knowledge and acknowledge. So you should be very careful and attentive. Changes of spelling when words change their form. Success is a noun and in the verb. Succeed. Maintain is a verb. Maintenance is a noun. Pairs of frequently confused spellings. Affect and effect. Remember how to write these words correctly. So, my dear students, you've done great job. We revised the material connected with writing task 1. We also spoke about common mistakes that are typical in writing task 1. Your home task will be to find other difficult words to spell, but these words should be used by you while writing task 1. Dear students, the resources that were used at the lesson you can find on the following sites. And there is a very useful book, a book for IELTS, 2nd edition. The authors are McCarter Easton and Ash. You may use it in your preparation. If you want to download the material of this lesson, please go to our site. You can see it on this slide. Dear teachers and students, thank you for your participation and attention. Goodbye.